Dang it. Hello and welcome to Orc Rogues, where we talk about all things nerdy, geeky, and just plain fun. My name is Thomas Fellows.
And my name is Derek Trent.
Thank you all so much for joining us. We do have some fun stuff to talk about. I got a couple of new trailers this past week, so let's jump right into it. What do you say?
I say that's great. It's hard to jump sitting down, but we'll go for it.
Well, let's not actually jump. I'm too fat for that.
Fair enough.
First up, we do have the trailer from the new recreation, that's not the right word, remake of It, the terrifying clown movie by Stephen King. Based on the book by Stephen King, I should say.
Yep.
Wow.
I'm thrilled. I am absolutely huge Stephen King fan. I have been reading Stephen King since I was little, like really too little to supposed to be reading Stephen King.
Yeah.
And oh man, you know the very first It movie.
Oh, it was terrifying.
Which, honestly, Stephen King is, I think, the main reason why so many people are currently afraid of clowns. There were a couple scary clown films, but there was nothing like Tim Curry as Pennywise.
I was about to say, it's not just Stephen King,
No.
it's also Tim Curry, who has always just been amazing in everything that he's done, period. But yeah, and this looks like it's going to compete.
It really does. I'm sad that Tim Curry isn't reprising the role.
No, I don't believe he's able to anymore.
Yeah, it's just a shame though. I mean, he was so perfect for it. That said, the trailer looks amazing. I mean, it looks really well done. And it goes back to we were talking about that earlier, but the horror movie with like this group of kids trying to overcome stuff. I've always liked those, and I mean, I couldn't tell you specifically why, but I've always been a fan of those kind of movies.
And this one looks especially terrifying. I might have to break my vow of not seeing horror movies to go see this because it looks good.
It really does, and I mean, as long as the biggest thing, and this is true with pretty much all book to movie thing, or what am I looking for? Book movies? Adaptations, thank you, that's the word. I mean, the biggest key here is just staying true to the book.
That's true, and in some cases with these types of movies, it's kind of hard to do.
I mean, that's fair.
Well, with any movie adaptation of a book, it's difficult.
Yeah, I mean, that is true, but I mean, like, that's one thing Stephen King has always struggled with, or people have struggled with Stephen King movies or books. He's a phenomenal writer.
Yep.
And way too often, the movies that are based from his books, like, it's not even close. Mm-hmm. They take this huge turn off into, I don't even know where to call it, just way out on left field, and just start butchering the book. Yeah. They take this really good material and for some reason the screenplay people think they can do better, I guess, which is just bizarre to me. It seems like, though, like in recent years, that Stephen King has a bit more control. So maybe...
Or respect.
Yeah, well, that could be it.
People have respect for him.
That could
be it. Well-earned respect, I might add.
Oh, yeah.
No, I think it's going to be awesome. But granted, that's kind of all we have on it. It looks like it's got a good cast of kids in it. Whoever's doing the creature is kind of just terrifying.
Yeah.
I don't know who does it right offhand, but
the visuals are well done too.
They are.
Yeah, it's definitely a quality film. It's the last one was a made-for-TV mini-series, I think, or.
Really? I thought it was just...
I think it was released in installments, if I remember right initially.
I did not know that.
I watched it when it was released, and I kid you not, I was not allowed to watch it. So I watched it on a little, like, portable TV thing about this big in my room. Like late, and yes, it creeped me out. And even then, I didn't creep out easily.
Yeah.
and it was just disturbing. I mean, it was just extremely disturbing. So I'm really looking forward to this new film. I want to see more. Like, I don't want to see too many expansive trailers. Mm-hmm. Like, I mean, truthfully, if more come out, I might have you just do it. Because I don't. That's the one problem with this whole thing is, we go through these trailers and sometimes we see very nearly the whole movie.
Yeah, that's true.
And I don't like that. I like going into movies relatively fresh.
Speaking of somewhat disturbing things, we did get a trailer for a new made-for-Netflix movie that's coming out. And honestly, we almost didn't want to talk about this because there is a little bit of controversy over this movie, but there is going to be an original live-action Death Note movie, of course, based on the manga and anime series, which I this is one of the few times that I have actually read a good bit of the manga. I have not seen the series.
Surprisingly, I have not read the manga, but I have seen. I'm actually just a little shy of finishing the series, and the series is phenomenal.
Yeah. The manga's phenomenal.
I'm assuming the manga is as good or better. And
I thoroughly enjoy it. And it's one of the only ones that I have just been dedicated to reading. Now, I will tell you, I did not finish it, and I will not finish reading it. I do have my reasons for that. It is not because of anything in the manga. It's because of some life events that happened at the time. But I absolutely loved it, and I would not be opposed to watching the series.
I think you would enjoy the series. It's
probably
well done. Quick funny note: I avoided watching Death Note for like a good long while on Netflix. Well, here's the problem: Netflix summarizes it horribly. Like, it doesn't look really interesting at all. Mm-hmm. Mainly because it leaves out the whole cat and mouse dynamic that is going on the entire time. Like, it literally, unless they've changed it recently, I mean, pretty much all it says is, guy finds book, it kills people that he writes in. That was like the whole description on Netflix. Oh, wow. And I saw it and I was just like, neat
so
premise,
much more than that.
Neat premise, but sounds kind of stupid, so I'll just skip it.
Yeah, if you have not read it, if you have not seen it, do either, both. Yep. I don't care. Know something about this series. It is wonderful. Now the controversy that I was talking about is, if you look at the trailer, anyways, you'll notice something is missing from it. This is a Japanese series, a manga and anime series based in Japan, and there is not a single Asian person on it.
On the trailer.
Now, we did look at the...
Also, though, Japan appears to be missing.
Yeah, that too.
Yeah.
So, it's kind of... There was this whole controversy when Iron Fist came out, that people, for some reason, thought Danny Rand should be played by an Asian individual, and that clearly wasn't the case. Granted, it wasn't the case in the comic books either.
No. It would have been a departure from the source material if they'd had an Asian character.
Granted, certainly Iron Fist has its problems, but I don't know that should have been one of them. Now, on Death Note, it should be a bit of an issue. Yeah. Not necessarily a huge one, because as with any sort of creative work, I think we should judge it on what it is, the art form of it, shall we say. I don't know.
I mean, it looks like a beautiful film. Or movie? Series?
Movie.
It is movie.
It is a movie, yes.
I mean, like, visually, I think it actually looks pretty good. Uh-huh. And it's... There's not enough showing really in plot points and all that kind of stuff on the trailer for us to know anything about that, really.
Yeah.
If that's well done or not. So we have no idea about the writing. I think visually it looks like it's well done. I mean, it doesn't look cheap,
Except for one thing. Dude's hair.
Yeah, it's a little rough.
Like, seriously, Netflix, what were you thinking? Or whoever made the movie, what were you thinking? That hair, really?
I don't know. Part of me almost thinks these people did not see the anime.
Yeah.
Now, to be fair, I didn't read Is it anything like that in the manga? Because I didn't read the manga, so
it's pretty much the anime. I mean, it's
okay,
pretty close.
And I might butcher the name because I don't remember it right offhand, but Ryuk. Anyway,
I'm not sure you're wrong either way.
Yeah, is going to be played by Willem Dafoe,
which is awesome.
I'm happy with, and you know what, that is awesome because Willem Dafoe is amazing. And at this point in time, I'm thinking if anybody can save the movie, it's going to be Willem Dafoe.
Yeah. So I have to see how it turns out. We'll see. Now,
fingers kind of crossed. Maybe. Yeah, maybe.
Yeah. We do have one more big trailer to talk about, and we have a little bit to talk about on this one. There is a new, bigger Spider-Man trailer, Spiderman Homecoming trailer that has come out.
I thought you were going to leave with Captain Underpants.
And, oh gosh, we are not talking about that.
No.
For anyone curious, there is also a Captain Underpants movie coming out, and we are leaving it there.
Stop. Yeah. I regret.
Mainly because I don't care enough.
I'm right there with you.
I know there are many of you who are incredibly excited about a Captain Underpants movie.
Enjoy.
Please.
Yep.
Feel free. Not saying that it doesn't deserve a place on this show, but we're not the ones. We don't know it. We don't get it. Anyways, Spider-Man Homecoming. That is something we do know and we do get. And that is a trailer that we just got the trailer last week.
Yep.
And it actually looks like the first teaser that we got looked really, really good.
Yep.
This one might actually look even more exciting. And I feel like I'm saying that about a lot of trailers recently.
Let me tell you, that is an art form in itself.
It is. It is. But I also feel like a lot of these movie creators are putting in a lot of effort to deliver something that is going to be true to the original content, true to the fans, and a good quality work. Which, granted, I don't feel like we completely got out of Power Rangers, but it was still a really good movie.
Fun. It was a fun movie.
And then, of course, we got Deadpool, which fans have been going nuts about.
Deadpool was perfect.
Everyone wanted that
Deadpool
movie, and we
perfect.
got it.
Yeah.
We've got an awesome Marvel Cinematic Universe now.
We do.
We had an amazing live-action remake of Beauty and the Beast. We're getting a remake of It that looks amazing. And now we're getting Spider-Man that looks like it's going to be amazing. And
it looks like filmmakers have...
Oh, not to mention Justice League. Have to throw that in there.
It looks like filmmakers have finally realized that source material is valuable.
Yes. And that
like,
the people who go to watch their
This is
films
good.
will know it.
Yeah. Oh, yeah.
And you don't mess with nerds and geeks on knowledge. No. We know it better than you, I promise. Well, most of the time.
Usually, yeah.
But, yeah.
If we don't, we fake it well.
There's even talks that we're going to get a really good D&D movie.
Oh, it would be nice.
It would. It might happen. Maybe.
I mean, it's possible. It is possible. I'm still like that. Was it the 90s? Was it 90s? Someone tried.
Yeah.
Tried being very generous. Anyway, hold on. Spider-Man.
Spider-Man. Yes.
The trailers keep getting better. Like, I mean,
they do.
Like right now, after seeing this new trailer, I want to see the movie more. Even more. I've been wanting to see this for a long time, but even more than I have. It's just reinforced. Now, I will say personally, I don't know if another trailer is coming out before the movie actually does, but I'm kind of done. Like I like this trailer was kind of revealing, right?
Actually, I believe we pretty much got the entire plot from this trailer.
We really did.
In fact, we're going to have a special little segment called Orc Rogues Predicts. Fair warning, these are just my opinions. but there might be spoilers. So, spoiler warning to a degree.
Technically not a spoiler,
It's
right?
not a spoiler because
we haven't seen
speculation.
it, so it's just speculation.
But just in case, throwing that out there. So, what I believe is going to happen is we're going to see Peter Parker as Spider-Man solving little diddly crimes and doing really good, loving his superhero life, but struggling in high school. And then this mysterious new villain who's a little bit more powerful attacks. And I believe that is going to be the Vulture. Peter Parker barely escapes. Well, that particular attack, we know the Vultures are going to be in it, but that particular attack is going to be the Vulture. Okay. Peter Parker barely escapes and has his little meeting with Tony Stark. And Tony Stark tells him, okay, dude, you got to be careful. You're not in with the big leagues yet. Take it easy. Let us handle these big guys. And he says, I'll try. And then the Vulture attacks again. And who's there to stop it? Peter Parker and Spider-Man. And he tries to stop it. And he almost lets a lot of people die because he tries to stop it. At which point, Iron Man, Tony Stark, swoops in and saves the day. But, and we see this scene in the trailer, demands that Peter Parker give him the suit back that Tony Stark made for him. So he gives the suit back. Now, we get something cool from this, and it's in the trailer. There is going to be an alternate Spider-Man suit that's a much more basic suit and looks a little familiar.
Yep, it looks a lot like the Scarlet Spider suit from the Clone Saga, Ben Reilly's suit. And maybe an introduction to possibly a Clone Saga in the future. Although I agree with what you said earlier when we were talking, I think it's probably more of just a nod.
Yeah.
Still really cool looking, actually, especially given as basic as they had it. I thought it was really nice looking.
Yeah, great. And there's this beautiful line to where when Tony starts taking the suit away from Peter Parker, where Peter Parker says, "No, I'm nothing without the suit." And Tony starts listening. He says, "No, if you're nothing without the suit, then you don't deserve the suit." Yep. And I thought that was a clever little nod to some of Tony Stark's essentially growing up as Iron Man. But anyways, so moving on with the prediction, we have Peter Parker fighting in the suit, and he does some really cool heroic stuff and actually grows as a hero himself. At which point, Tony Stark gives him back the suit with a couple of upgrades, including the web wings and the robotic spider, perhaps, on the chest piece that we see flying around the Washington Monument.
Yeah, we didn't see it last time, so I'm assuming that's new. Yeah.
And then Peter Parker saves the day. And then it's a coming-of-age story, and that's pretty much it. And he defeats the Vulture, but not permanently. Because there has been an announcement from Sony that they're doing, of course, the Venom movie, which we've talked about before, and also a Sinister Six movie. And I believe this is going to set up for it very well.
Actually, that's cool, man.
So, that's my prediction. At this point, you don't have to worry about any more potential spoilers.
I feel like we just kind of watched the film.
Yeah, I know, right?
Yeah, it's almost disappointing. Anyway, it's a really good trailer. But if you are remotely concerned about spoilers, then honestly, this trailer may have a lot of spoilers. So if you haven't seen it and you're one of those folks that like to be surprised at films, you might actually want to skip the trailer. Yeah.
Also, that entire segment we just did. Though it is entirely speculation.
Should have.
I warned them.
You did say spoilers. You did say spoilers.
And
it is so possible, actually. Anyhow, we might want to put like a little spoiler thing right before the segment. Just be like possible spoilers that aren't spoilers. I'm not even sure. It is so bizarre.
I seriously think that's exactly how we're going to see the movie unfold.
Yeah.
There's not going to be anything really surprising. I think it's going to be a good movie. Don't get me wrong. I think it's going to be great.
No, it looks phenomenal.
But I don't think there's going to be a bit of a surprise to it.
No. More than likely, no twists.
No.
So yeah. I think you're right. I think you're right. Oh man. Anything else to discuss? I'm trying to think.
No, that is about it. I think we hit everything, didn't we?
I think you're right, and we are not going to discuss the game Fatal Fight.
Oh, you had to bring it up, didn't you?
I'm just saying we're not going to discuss the game Fatal Fight, which is an amazing mobile game that is really ticking him off right now.
To be fair, it is a really nice game. Kind of, okay, it's not like Super Mario Run that we discussed last week, but it is kind of similar in the sense that they took the same, maybe Mario took it from them.
It's simple.
It's a very simple control scheme in an incredibly difficult game.
Yeah. It's also a really pretty game. I mean, the graphics are nice. It's very simple to play.
It's also really satisfying.
It is, like, strangely so.
Yeah.
Some of the special moves in it are just, like, amazing. And well, you know this right now because and he's stuck on a level. I'm stuck on a level.
I'm angry about it.
And it's just devastating when you lose, when you hit that last hit point or you're just gone. For whatever reason, it is just so painful.
It really is.
I've had a lot of games kind of like that, but
I've about thrown my phone about 5 times.
Yep. It is absolutely infuriating. I'd say give it a try, and I'm sorry.
Very sorry. You will hate us.
Yeah, pretty much.
I'm just sorry. Anyways, guys, that's all we have time for today. If you did enjoy the video, be sure to hit that like button. And as always, if you haven't already, hit the subscribe button. Seriously, like now. Just hit it.
Yeah, we're a lot of fun.
We'll try to be. If you have any ideas of stuff we should talk about in the future, or anything that you think we should change, or other type of shows you'd like to see us do, be sure to leave it in the comments. We'd love to open up a discussion about what you think's going to be in the next Spider-Man movie. How about that?
That would be kind of cool, actually.
And we'd love to join in with you on that. We do check all that stuff frequently, as we said before, as well as our Facebook page. Feel free to comment or post on there at any point. But that's it.
That's it.
So until next time, we are
Orc Rogues.
Live on camera, it happened. I beat it.
Not the whole game, but that level. So.
A fairly early level.
Still, congrats, man.
Oh, hey, I got a new skill.
Nicely done, man. Nicely done.
Gosh, I think I just got a nosebleed.